it's been 10 weeks for you here. For how many weeks did you get paid?
I don't want to say. I don't want to talk about my private.
Did you get more than 5?
No.
More than 3?
No. But what
we
I
can
say,
go lower and lower.
No.
Did you know about this financial and organization issues before you came here? Not at all?
No.
Coach, do you feel or do you think that you are the one responsible for the team going to the second division?
No.
Why not?
Why yes?
My special guest today is David Badią. Welcome.
Thank you.
I don't know how to introduce you. Former coach of Lechii Gdańsk or current coach?
Current until 1 month.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm okay. I'm used. When you are a coach, you know that you are changing the cities often. It's not a normal job. It's a job that you are changing many times, sometimes soon, sometimes a little bit late. But you know the day that you start, but you don't know the day that you are going to finish.
And when you started, the day that you started, would you think that it will all go like this?
Of course, was a possibility. You know, when you take this kind of situation with kind of environment and these difficulties, I knew where I came. I knew in the classification way the difficulties, how the team was playing. I was also analyzing what they were doing before, and of course, I see that could be a possibility. What happened?
But when you came here, you made like 10, 15 interviews with every media, and they were all similar. After that time, I guess we can speak more honestly, maybe. What were you thinking about the team when you came here? What problems have you seen? What issues have you analyzed?
Well, I think I was always honest, of course.
But you cannot say everything that you think, especially at the beginning.
No, I'm not a kind of coach that I don't say the things. I never lie. I think sometimes you have to say it, sometimes you don't need it to say, it's not helping. But about your question, I find a team that maybe it was a little bit divided, you know, in the pitch, because it's what I saw from TV. Sometimes I see a clearness in the medium of the field, you know, some lack of number of players, especially in the transitions to defense. And this is something of the points that we wanted to correct from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Were you able to do that?
Yeah, we create two central midfielders a little bit more defensive, making implication to establish the position, not to lose the position easier, and of course being in attacking way, but always creating this triangle with the two central backs and at least one midfielder to keep the center of the defenders.
Mm-hmm. So what went wrong? Because if we consider the games that actually mattered, not with Stal Mielec, Legia Warszawa and Piast Gliwice, because I think we can agree that it was something different when you got relegated already. It didn't look good, especially the results, I mean, because we can talk about the style your team played, about how it looked with Śląsk, Jagiellonia, Pogoń, etc. But you didn't win. What wasn't working? What went wrong, in your opinion?
Well, I think that the key point was the first match against Śląsk. I think that we deserved to win this match. We did many good things. Even it was my first match. Usually when a new coach arrives to a new team, it comes with a new energy, with a new hope, and usually the teams has an extra engine for the game. You know, I think that it was 0-0. I think we deserve one goal at least. We create very clear chances. I remember the first one with Gaius, that he fell down, just not alone in front, but this is a situations that usually I saw him many times in the training to score this situation, and then he fell down and he couldn't score the 1-0, you know. And then in my opinion, this was one of the points that make us the job a little bit more harder.
Mm-hmm. But then you had 6 more matches that mattered.
Yeah, but in the end we go to Jagiellonia. It's a team where they have a really good strikers, Spanish ones, and we know where they will play next season. And in that match, away match against a difficult team, also with they have a new coach in this week, and in a corner in the second post, the opponent, without jumping, he scored the goal, and then in a set pieces, it's something that it was in the minute 83, if I don't, or 80, was very, very late. And for me, it was a match that we should go 0-0. Was not our best match, I know, I recognize, but also they were not the best match that they play. I saw him playing better than this match they were doing, if in my opinion, it's another case, we can say about, no, this match, if we score, this is option, no, that match, if we score, and then we can kill ourselves thinking in that way, but if as a coach I have to analyze what happened, I have to say it, why not?
It's an easy excuse to say we didn't win with Śląsk and it's all
No, I don't say that because we didn't win, or I don't want to say that because we didn't win, we relegate. It's not like this. What I say is that in this match, we deserve to win, and finally we didn't win. And when you are a new coach, and in the first match you win, the players start to believe a little bit more in the mentality or the philosophy that you are bringing new. This is what I wanted to say, Okay. But if that you are 70% of the possession, when we create many clear chances, also one from Lucas, from cross of Diabate, that usually Lucas scored these goals. I saw him scoring these goals in the trainings because he didn't score in my period. 25 goals in these situations, easy, and then the thing is that, okay, why he didn't score, or why he didn't score, or why, and then it's not now to make the question why, but the reality is that we couldn't score in this match. And I think that if we score in this match and we get 3 points and the opponent don't get this point that he took from our stadium, the way the how to say the
team works.
Well, the thoughts or the mentality goes a little bit better. This was what I wanted to say.
Was the mentality the biggest problem of this team this season? That's what Rafał Pietrzak told me, that they couldn't handle this situation, how it goes on the pitch and how it goes off the pitch. And I mean relations between players, but also, to be honest, money and the fact that the club didn't pay.
Well, this is a big problem, of course. I'm not going to say no. For me, it's the biggest one. The second one
the biggest one is the money.
Everyone who goes to works wants to get paid. This is something that happens in every job. It's something that it's very important if you want to achieve regularity, or if you want to put the head inside your job. And if you have this kind of difficulties, for sure is a problem. I don't say that.
Can we be honest right now, like fully honest? It's been 10 weeks for you here. Today exactly, I guess. For how many weeks did you get paid?
I think it's not. I don't want to say. I don't want to talk about my private points. With this answer, I think that you understand how it is. But I think it's not necessary to go deeper about if I get 1 week or if I get.
Did you get more than 5?
No.
More than 3?
No, but what
we
I
can
say,
go lower and lower.
No. The point is that, of course, I understand the problems that the club has. I understand the situation, but in the end, I give 200% from the first day until the last match. It's something that, of course, I want to help. I want to try. I came here with my assistant that also he did a very good job. Also the other staff that they were focused into helping this situation. But in the end is what I say, if mentality, yes, but it's not only mentality. It's more than one thing of mentality. The mentality when you have a team, as you say, I have been here 9 weeks. as a coach, and usually you need a small period of adaptation within the players to know exactly what they know, what they can, who is his behavior, what his best position, who the synergies between different players, what they, if they are together in this position, they are a little bit better than if they are separate. How many injury players we have, it was incredible. I didn't saw it almost in my life, the number of injury players that we had. And
It's not without a reason.
of course, doesn't come for an accident. I don't want to say who did the mistake, but you have to make prevention before to make training, before to the match. And then if you don't
Was it made in the club?
Well, I didn't show it. And then it means that, of course, I try to implement, but at the same time, you need someone in the dressing room and in the gym to make this kind of prevention. You need an extra coach in this position to make a special program to the players to prevent this kind of injuries.
One more thing I wanted to ask you about the money, because you said you gave 200% no matter what, but is it something we can say also about players?
Look, I came here and I didn't bring my family, I didn't want that they come because I want to be focused. I wake up at 6:30 in the morning and then I went breakfast and then I go to the stadium. Then I stay some days until 7, 8, some days until 6. And then usually I was between 9, 10 hours every day, plus the hours that we are at home watching previous matches. Well, in the end, it's something that about myself or about Alberto, my assistant, we know that we did 200%. About the players, what I see in the training sessions, that they did a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, if they don't get paid, and some of them are not at the end of their career having a lot of money on their account. If they don't get paid, if they don't have money for their families and stuff like that,
but this is
are they able to give?
This is a question
100%?
for yourself. Everyone who is watching this interview can think about this.
Was it a big issue for you to convince the team to follow you, to follow your idea if they were in a situation like that?
Everybody will follow my idea, because it's idea to play football. It's not.
But no, that's not what I mean. I believe it's hard to get through the tough moment after Śląsk, after Jagiellonia, if you have your issues on the pitch and also behind your head that you don't have money to buy.
This is a question that everybody can answer for himself. It's not something that
I'm asking about your opinion.
About myself.
About your opinion.
About my opinion myself.
Yeah.
Not I cannot make the opinion about the players, because everybody has in his head what they have, and everybody has.
But you saw them working. You saw them working every day. You saw how they react.
Yeah, it's what I say in the training session. What I see is a players that they want to fight for not to relegate. This is I can say that every one of them, they are professional in this way. Of course, I cannot say that they will not be at home and they will be worried how to pay the salary, the renting of the house. These kind of things they didn't come to me to explain. I don't know if they have this kind of problems or not, but in the end, every player has his personal circumstances, and some of them will be more affected, some of them will be less affected. Mm-hmm. Of course, me as a coach, I try to create a good environment, to be worried about the personal things of the players, but until the point that they allowed me to go. I cannot be inside his private life. If they don't open the door, I cannot go inside.
Did you know about this financial and organization issues before you came here? Not at all?
No.
Your manager didn't say a word?
No.
Let's leave the money alone. You said about your idea for football, and we all know it's about possession, about creating situations. You prefer to score 4 and lose probably 3 than win 1-0. But was it the right idea for this time, for these circumstances here in Lechia?
For me, it's always good to play football for different factors. The first one is the idea of playing football. When you have a central forward that he needs to score a goal, there are two ways that you can give the pass to him: a good pass or not so good pass. Then, if you ask to the central forward which kind of pass he will prefer, he will tell you the good one.
Yes, but it's theory. And here in Lechia, you came to do one job, actually, to avoid relegation.
Yes.
Not to build a beautiful team, not to bring people to the stadium.
No. But to avoid the relegation, you have to score goals.
But
and
you
it's
can score...
easier to score goals with clear chances than not with worse chances.
Mm-hmm. So why didn't it work here? Because your first 4 games, you didn't score a goal.
Yeah, but the point is that why we didn't score goal? Because we didn't create chances, or because we missed the chances. Then in the end is why we didn't score the goal? Because we miss, or because the opponent team did it better. Because sometimes we are as a fans or as a people who is watching, including me. When we are winning, we are playing well, and when we are not winning, we are playing bad. And then it's for me as a coach and someone who is analyzing what happened in the matches and what we can improve. I'm not looking for the score, for to change the opinion or for to try to improve some things. Because in the end, in Jagiellonia we lose for one corner, and I suppose that the opponent coach is not going to say, we win, we are going to do the same next match, because it was in one special situation in set pieces, and then it's something that as a coach you have to analyze what happened. And in my opinion, to win, you have to play well, because they don't give you have less options to win a match if you don't know what are you doing, or if you are playing bad, or if you are making difficult passes to the number 9 to score the goal.
I would totally agree if you took the team at the beginning of the season, but you came here
and how you want to play? Tell me.
Maybe something easier for the players.
Do you think that it's difficult to play football, something that they are doing since 20 years ago?
Yes, I think it's difficult for them to play with a lot of possession if they have problem with mentality, if they have a difficult situation.
What is the
in
problem
the
of mentality if you don't play football and you make long balls and then you don't score and you lose also?
Less risk.
This is a risk?
Yes.
And then it's safer to play in the other way. Then you are in my way.
I don't know if it's safer to play kick and rush, but I guess it's a little less risk to try something more simple, try something easier.
But what was complicated? What it was complicated?
You don't think that playing your way is complicated for a team like this?
No, it's simple.
But this was a team full of problems, issues, divided inside, divided on the pitch, as you said.
No, divided the space in the pitch. They make a clearness in the middle. We play organized. We play with a structure. We play with diamonds. We play with a system that they can make relations between the players easier. The passes are simple, are closer, are not distance. When you are making a more than 35 meter pass, it's a difficult pass for any player in the world. It's not just for our players, for every player in the world. Then the opponent, if they are 5 meters, they will be closer because the distance is 35 meters. They took 2 seconds, they are closer, and they are going to win the duel. And our team was not a team who wins duel.
Yes, but if it was the easiest way to play, other teams would do that too. And you can agree that the style you brought to Lechia was something exceptional in this league, was something that nobody else even tried to do or tried, but in a smaller scale. You saw how Rakov plays. Do you like it?
It's not the style that I like to do,
but
personally.
Yes, but it brought them results.
Perfect.
Maybe it was easier. Or maybe it was
more successful. Maybe they are using this system since how many years? 7. Okay.
So
you think that it's easy to play like this?
Maybe it's not.
It's easy.
No,
I don't think so.
but
I don't think so that it's easy to play like that. You have to have coordination. You have to have players that they are running in defense and in attack. They are playing with blind passes. That is also very difficult. That they need to have coordination between the players, and these things they are doing very well. And the player who is not adapting to this system, they cannot play there. Another thing is that you like more or less. I cannot say. I cannot be agree or disagree with this point. But what I think is that you have more chances to win a match when you have the control of the match. And we have these chances to win the match against Pogon because we try to keep the control of the match. And
so would you choose the same way of playing, the same path, if you were able to do it again?
Yes.
Even if you lost 5 games in a row?
Yes. But 5 games in a row, what you cannot do is to change the system that you want to play every match. Okay, this is the first point. The second point is that the players are more open to work in a difficult situations when you play football. When you don't play football, they even don't like to work. Because since they are 6, 5, 7 years old, they are playing with a ball. If you say to a central back that the goalkeeper is going to play a long ball and he is only going to run as a defensive way, and then when he steals the ball, he has to make a long ball again, the opponent is going to attack you much more.
You have players in Lechia, you had players in Lechia that, in my opinion, weren't capable to do the things that you wanted. Mario Malocza, Michał Nalepa, Christer
Nalepa cannot?
I don't think so. In his situation, coming back after injury, after a season like this,
he cannot do it? Of course he can do it. And
I don't agree.
Watch the matches.
I have watched it.
Watch again.
Okay.
I watched every match 5-6 times, and I'm completely sure that he can do it. Rafa, good with the left foot. Abuhana, good with the left foot. Gallos, technique. Marco, technique. Flavio, technique. Durmus, technique.
Okay, so if they were all
Causa, technique. Kubicki, technique.
Okay, good. So if
Tovers, technique.
Don't agree.
Wow. Then we are watching football in completely different way.
Okay. Okay.
Do you think that Tovers is not playing well?
I don't think that Tovers is a player you can call technique.
Okay.
But we can disagree in this. So if they were all good with the ball, techniques, good to play your style, can we explain the whole fact that Lechia got relegated just by saying that you didn't score enough goals and that...
And the opponents don't play, yeah? We play against kids. And
of course they play.
If
but the opponents also play against other teams that...
Do you know against who we play? Or I play in these 9 matches?
I know. I know exactly.
The position on the table.
Obviously. First, Raków. Second, Legia. Pogoń on the first place. I know that. But you also played Śląsk that was fighting to... Jagiellonia's not the best team, and when you played them...
When we see the last 9 matches, these players are in the top 10.
Yeah, but when you played against them, they were right after changing the coach, and they were in a bad situation.
Yeah, but they have also players, and they play maybe against who they play. I'm not want to make here a fight about what is the best system or what is not the best system. What I'm going to tell you is for me, and this is my personality and this is my mentality, if you don't play football, you have less chances to win the match. That's it. And in my opinion, the players that the club has, they are technical enough to play this system. If not, you can watch the match against Pogon. You can watch the match against Raków in his house, what we did until the minute 70. If they press high, they press good, and if we build up from behind or not.
But we can also watch the game against Zagłębie. That was the last chance for you.
Well, in Zagłębie, we have a very good first half.
Yes.
And they score in a corner again.
And you lost the game. And
yes,
that's what matters in this situation, not the first half.
The thing is you are saying that now, playing another style, we are going to win? No.
I'm asking if you think that was the right choice.
And I tell you yes. And I give you the reasons. And I tell you the reasons why.
So what's the reason that you got relegated then? If that was the right choice to
because
play like
we
this.
make less points than the others.
Yeah,
That is the reason. And,
so why have you made less points?
Because we lose matches.
So why have you lost matches?
Because we didn't score more goals than the opponent.
And is that the only excuse?
How you get points in a match?
It's too easy.
Well, how you want to make it complicated?
If we talk like this, that we didn't score more than them.
But why we score less? Now you have the chance to make the question.
Yes. So why?
Because we miss the opportunities that we create. How many chances we create?
94.
How many score we score?
Two.
Three.
Sorry. You counting Lechii also?
There was not a goal.
No, okay. I thought we were talking about the games.
Okay.
Until you got relegated.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
We score at least 2.5% of the chances that we create. 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much Rakow score of the chances that they have?
I don't know.
80%. 18%. That means at least 6 times more than us. Okay. Maybe this is one reason. Okay, I don't say that is the unique reason.
Mm-hmm. So is it about quality of your players that they're attacking to score the goals?
No, because
is it
be that,
bad luck
we
or
are,
what?
No, because we could be that we are shooting from 60 meters. That maybe is better because we score the goal, But how the chances are coming, how the chances are creating, and in the other side, how we receive the goals that we consider. Because we consider goals that usually we don't have to consider because it was the goal expected of these actions was really down and they score. And we had in Pogon, I think 2.78 goal expected and we did 0.
Mm-hmm.
This is the reality. This is a numbers. I'm not saying that if we are doing this, as I say before, if Gallos don't fall down or these kind of things, okay, maybe we can score 1 goal. But now I'm telling you about numbers.
But these numbers also have reasons, and that's what I'm asking you. Is it bad luck?
Well, could be confidence.
Is it confidence, mentality?
Could be dynamic of the situation. Could be stress. Could be pressing. Could be many things. Mental factor. Could be that they...
Could you do more about mental factor? Because I've read about you an article today. I don't know, you probably don't know it, but by weszło.com, that's a website about Polish, especially Polish football, but football in general. You have been chosen the worst coach in this season in the league. One of the arguments was that you didn't even motivate the team enough. That's not my conclusion. That's from the article. Do you agree with that? That you could do more about motivating, about mentality of this team?
Well, I think this is too easy to say, because as I say before, if somebody wants to see the work in that way and to find that the team was not motivated, what do you need to motivate a player? What do you need?
I don't know. I'm not the coach.
To find the key point for this player who needs to be motivated.
Were you able to do that?
Well, we try, of course. But if they have another problems offside of the pitch, then maybe they are unmotivated, If they try to score a goal and they miss, they get frustrated. If we want and we deserve to win the match and we couldn't, we are frustrated. And then this is the resilience of every player, his own resilience capacities to come back stronger in the next day in the training, And this is something that should be about every one of us, me included for sure. And at the same time, in general atmosphere of the team.
But it's something that happens in every team. In every team there is a player frustrated. Every team has someone who didn't score the last game and feels bad about it, and you have to work with that. And my question is, do you think you work with that enough to...
When we work these kind of things, we work the motivation, We work the atmosphere for the team. We make exercises in dynamics that the team could be team working to work together, to put players that they are not usually together, more together, to speak with the players one by one, what I am expecting for them, that we can realize. But when you are in relegation zone and you are trying to fight and you are giving 200% and you lose, it's not easy to keep this motivation or this focus or this resilience, whatever you want to say.
Coach, do you feel or do you think that you are the one responsible for the team going to the second division?
No.
Why not?
Why yes?
Because you were the last coach, you had the last opportunity to save it.
I have been here 9 matches. In these 9 matches, if we made the classification for these 9 matches, we are 13. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay. Then you think that in my period we will relegate in 9 matches?
In your period, no. But
okay, that's it.
But you knew the situation when you came here, how it looks like.
Yes.
And
we tried to be better, and we couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, we were 13. And if we take the last 5 matches, after short period or adaptation, we will be 8 or 9. Or 9.
Okay. So
you know that, of course, I think.
You're being ironic right now?
Yes.
Okay. So how would you measure your job? Was
if
it
you
a good
see
one?
If you see as results only like that, and you say that because I was the last coach and because I knew where I came, I'm the responsibility of the team to go to second division, is your opinion. But what I'm going to say is that
it's not my opinion.
I say your
it's
opinion.
It's my question.
Is your opinion or the opinion of somebody who can think about this? What I want to say is that my job in the circumstances when you arrive in a team in the end of the league, when the players have some habits and the players doesn't have another habits, when you have to work with players that they are injured, when you want to give a new hope to the players, I can say that I'm not disappointed with the work that I did.
I think you're a coach suitable for long distance work, not for short periods like this. Right now, to be clear, that's my opinion. To do your job the way you want, I think you need more time. And now I'm asking myself, why did you decide to take this one in such a difficult situation? Because there was only 2 ways to go. If you don't get relegated, good job. If you do get relegated, bad job. That's how the clubs see it. Your contract wasn't. You're not staying in Gdańsk for longer. That's
because
how fans.
My contract is finished on 30th of June.
Yes, and there was an option that if you save the league, you will stay.
Mm-hmm.
So that was clear from the beginning. What's the job? That's how fans see it. That's how probably players see it too. If we stay, good job. If you don't, bad one. So why have you decided to take it? I
really believe that the team can do it better. And if you analyze the tactics of the team, I think that the team improved in many different aspects in the tactical way.
And we can agree that it looked good against Pogoń. It looked good against Raków, as you said. That's what we can both agree. But I honestly don't understand. Maybe that's a wrong feeling that I get. Why do you not think about the results? Or why do you not want to maybe admit that the results was the most important thing that you had to do here?
Who say that I don't admit this?
Me.
Okay, I say that.
Do you admit it?
Yeah, the most important thing is the results and to win the matches.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, to win the matches, you have to do good things. For me, it's easier to win the match playing good football.
Mm-hmm.
And good football doesn't mean to play nice. That it's a conversation that we have with my assistant many times, To play good football, in my opinion, is to do the things that you have to do in the exactly moment. And in my opinion, in defensive way, I think we improve a lot. In defensive transition, much more This is something that I'm really happy of the ways that the players, they were pre-organized in the attacking phase to be ready to be in the transition to defense. For me, was exceptional, something that we increase a lot. And in the end, in the attack phases, I think that we did it well. Of course, in the third zone, in the offensive box, could say like this. We didn't get the results that we were expecting with these 94 chances and 3 goals. Then for sure. We can say about bad luck, the bounce, how the ball goes. I remember Durmus running in Stanmielek that in the last minute, and he was running, and the ball touched the water system, and the bound was in the different way, and he couldn't go in the right way, and then you say how can it be possible that how big is the field and the ball has to touch in this moment that he is going alone one against versus goalkeeper, and then could be unluck, could be lack of confidence in the last moment, could be, and why it happens these things, why you don't have this confidence, because you are in relegation zone. Yes, it's help to have a lack of confidence for sure.
But let's take Górnik Zabrze. They were also, when you came, they were in the similar situation.
Who?
Górnik Zabrze. The team that Jan Urban took back, actually, because he was the coach also previous season. And he was able to give the confidence. He was able to save the league and to move the team much higher in the league. So what was missing here in Gdańsk? I don't know if it's about the club, about the team, about your job. I'm asking about your opinion. What was missing that this job to avoid relegation couldn't be done?
When you want to make a pizza, you need good ingredients. It's not only the tomato, it's not only the onion, it's not only the how many minutes you are cooking the pizza. Sure, you need a lot of ingredients. I don't know what this coach was doing. I was not in the training session, and I cannot say what he was doing. For sure, he did something good. If not, the results are not there. But in the end, when you want to make something in one team, it's not only one thing. As I said before, you have to have harmony on all the ingredients that you are using for to cook a good pizza, and then when you don't have these possibilities, then the pizza is not so good, and then we cannot compare two teams like that, we cannot compare.
So let's talk about this pizza, Gdańsk pizza. What ingredients you didn't have except of good luck?
But I don't go to the good luck. I'm not saying
I'm going there because that's my opinion.
Yeah, but do you think that we lose because we have not good luck?
Not only, but I think you had bad luck.
Okay, could have the bad luck, but at the same time, the luck, you have to look for the luck. The luck don't goes to your house and knock the door.
Okay, so if it's not about luck?
It's part of the luck, is the salt. Maybe it's one part of the ingredients, but the other part is something that we already spoke. The injuries, the motivation, the stress. What happened when you are going to finish your contract and I'm talking you as an ex-professional football player, and your contract is finishing in 3 months, and you are going to put the leg in the same intensity that if you have 5 years contract?
Probably not.
No, of 100% not. And then you want to do it, you're a professional player, but in the end, you have thoughts in your head, and then it's not the same when you have this stability as a player that when you don't have it, and then if you have the experience or if you don't have the experience. I don't say that it's this is the point, or this player who don't have contract is not the point like that, because one of them, they are fighting like crazy, it's examples that I can say, names that they are fighting a lot in these circumstances, but in the end there are many ingredients. We are doing a barbecue pizza, with everything inside, and then some of the ingredients was not well.
And about your job, do you see some mistakes that you've made, some bad decisions, some, I don't know, bad approach, anything?
I think, yes, I have to recognize one, and I recognize and I say to the players, for me, I have to put early causa in the team. Not wait 3 or 4 weeks that I wait to put him in the team. This is something that, for example, is one of the points that I can recognize that maybe I have to use it earlier and to put maybe Tovers as a central back in this situation, how we play in the last, I don't know, 5 matches.
So a personal choice.
But this is one of them, for example, one of the, when I make my summary, maybe I was thinking in that way, and then of course when you think that maybe we should be more defensive team and to use counterattack, and then but you see that the numbers for counterattack are not good, then you say, okay, why we are going to play counterattack when we are losing duels, when we are not getting the second balls, and when we are not fast enough to make these kind of transitions. And then the team is, after the minute 70, the team goes down physically. And if you see almost maybe probably 80% of the goals that we consider is after the minute 70. The age of the players is 2.5 years older than the Rakow, for example, match that we play. This is another factor, another ingredient that you can put in the dance pizza. And in the end, when you see all these factors, it's complicated. You have to make a style of game that we have to save benzene. We have to save the diesel. Sometimes we have to put the tempo of the match down for not to run too much, not to make high speed runnings, that this is the factor that you can get more injury because you don't have many players in the squad to make 2 11s, and then the point is that when you are making the trainings, you have 15 players, then you cannot make 11 against 11, for example, to make realistic tactic matches. We could do very few during this period, even if we bring some players from the academy, but also the academy has his own issues. And then in the end, of course, we have to manage these circumstances that the risk of injuries was high. I remember I didn't make this calculation, but in Islansk we have to change Durmus in the minute 7. We change Abuhana in the end of the match. In Cracovia we have to change Abuhana again. In Jagiellonia, Abuhana had a ball in the head and he fell down, and then in the halftime he was throwing out. And then there are many circumstances that many of the changes that we did was for obligation, that we have to change it because the players, they were not injured, but some of them they were injured. Some of them we have to protect them about this possibility to get injured and to change them before that maybe we wanted.
So to summarize it all, because we're heading to the end, would you say this time in Gdańsk would work in your favor during the next steps of your career? Would it work good for you, or would it be a problem for you?
I think that it will be okay. This is what I feel right now, because in my next job, I hope that they analyze my style or my possibilities, not just for the results, not just for this relegation. That somebody who is going to think about me in the next team, it's someone who is going to analyze what I can bring, to analyze what are my competence, what I can do. Not just that we lost 5 matches in a row, or that we won against the champion of the cup, or that we won away. We won. Let's see what happened with the best team in 2023. And then this is also a reality that happened that you didn't mention, but was like this. And I think, of course, is this thing was inside my period here.
I'm not here to talk about your career. You're here to do that. I'm just here to ask questions.
But you have to know it. Yes.
Obviously, I know it. David Badią, thank you very much.
You are welcome.